Okay, I'm climbing down into a cave. It's a bit tricky, but anyway. No pain, no gain. Stuff like that. What's funny, I have no idea what the name of this cave is. I've been here before, but anyway, it's near a more famous cave. So everybody ignores this cave, even though I think this one's better, but whatever, nobody cares. I notice I'm climbing down dirt. Nice big tree root. What's funny, there's a sign-in sheet there. The paper was supposed to be inside the plastic, but somebody left it outside the plastic. So now the paper's all ruined. The paper got all soggy and no good. Can't see the sign-in roster or nothing. So yeah, that's kind of lame. Going down here is a bit slippery. Oops. But it's not too bad. 99% of this cave is easy. The other 2% are 1%. Man, look at all these tree roots. All right, there's the way out. Good luck with that. But anyway, yeah, most of this cave is easy. It's a tiny bit. It's like a couple of death traps. There's a couple really dangerous spots in this cave. So, yeah, I wouldn't take a beginning caver here because I'd probably fall down and get killed. Anyway, yeah, as long as you watch where you're going, this isn't too bad of a cave. It's just that this crawl right here is like really slippery. The good news is it's not very steep. Ow! Huh! I just, my foot slipped on a rock. Hard. Definitely doing laundry tomorrow. Alright, here we go. Let me go over here to the left just a bit. I'm going to try to keep going left to go through clockwise. Notice the way out is marked with a stick. This cave is sort of like a small maze, so it could be a little bit confusing. But the important thing is the entrance is at the upper end. So if you keep going up, you should be roughly okay. But you see how wide it is here? It looks like a dead end. Because what you really need to do is go back under there. So it's kind of well hidden to the beginning caver. Alright. You should always be watching for little nooks and crannies. So, you know, you don't want to miss anything interesting just because it's hidden. Notice how dry it is here. This is like hydrophobic bacteria, but it's all dried out. On top of a rock pile here, I gotta find a way to climb down without getting myself hurt too badly. A lot of this cave is awesome. Oh, I see the problem. I forgot to turn my light up. Okay, there's 3%. All right, there's 30%. So, up there is the only way out. Up there is a way to the right. I'm going to keep going left, though. So I'm going to follow the main tube down this way. But just so I don't forget, I see some formations on the ceiling. So I'm going to go over to the right and show you the formations on the ceiling. And then see if I can get out of here. There we go. Nice. All right. So I have about, I think, 5 or 6 batteries for my lights, my main light that I use to shoot video. I have it 30%, so it should last almost an hour. So I should have enough battery life for 5 hours, but I probably want to be here about 2 hours, maybe 3. So, long story short, I also have my emergency light on my helmet. That should last quite a while because it's really dim. All right, so there's where I want to go later. Notice that stick there on the left? That marks the way out. All right, so let's find a way in, shall we? It's only noon, so I've been here about 4 hours. I did 2 hours in a neighboring cave, then 2 hours in my first lap in this cave. So I do 2 hours in this lab, but the second lab of this cave, that's 6 hours caving total for one day. Then I'm staying home and resting tomorrow. So that'll work out perfectly. Burn some calories. Notice how smooth the wall is here. Ooh ah. Notice how shiny the ceiling is here. Extra ooh ah. Now look over here. Look at the wall. Do you see any other excuse to go ooh ah? Like maybe a dripstone formation. Ow! Dang it, I just stubbed my pinky toe. Man, whoever invented the pinky toe is crazy. Notice this is like 2 side-by-side formations. Does this really count as 2 formations or 1? Debate it in the comments. Or not. Sure, nobody really cares. If it walks like a rock, it talks like a rock. I mean, strictly speaking, it's part of the wall, so you could even argue it's not a formation, it's just a piece of the wall. Semantics. Now this cave is a bit tricky. Like I said, I wouldn't take beginners here unless they really wanted to become a caving expert. There's a couple holes you could fall in here, cliffs you could fall off of. It's like a maze. There's like, I don't know, half a dozen 3-way intersections. And there's like 3 or 4 different ways down to the lower level. So it can be a bit confusing if you're not used to caving. Of course, oh, this is suspicious. Look at that, there's a pile of stuff here. So they come in here trying to make a nest? Did it fall from above? Ceiling's just barren rock. I don't know why it would be here. Huh. Anyway. But yeah, limestone caverns are even worse. Limestone caverns, marble caverns, those are 3-dimensional mesas. And a lot of times the rock is very slippery and wet. At least in here I have reasonably good traction. So, see, I could go around to the rock to the left, but not quite gonna fit. I spy, with my little eye, something long. Little formation hanging from the ceiling. Interesting. Here the ceiling is like 20 feet tall. It's so huge. Obviously I'd want to wear a helmet anyway, because some of the cave's tight. The entrance is one of the worst parts. The entrance is tricky. Because the thing is, it's tight, and after going down like 3 or 4 feet, you have to make a 90-degree angle. So you have to be prepared to bend your body just right. You're gonna get yourself stuck. Get wedged in there. Which probably would be quite unpleasant. Unless it happened to somebody you don't like. Alright, here we go. Interesting ceiling. Let's see if I can get over here. The whole floor, most of this cave is covered in breakdown rock. It's very uneven. I have to zigzag around to get through here without tripping again. I already tripped once. I didn't fall very far, but it still kind of sucked. I was actually on flat ground, but there were little rocks everywhere. I tripped over some of the rocks. Got a little disoriented. But this will be my last cave for the day. This will be like a total of 6 hours of caving in one day. Of course, you could do the same thing with 1 lap through Ape Cave. So this is interesting. So way down there. There's a way down here. Anyway, the point is it all connects. So just go whichever way looks easiest. In fact, I think last time I crawled back through there, it was like totally more trouble than it's worth. So anyway, long story short, I'm gonna go down here. Just because it'll be a lot safer and easier. It'll be longer, but you know, sometimes shortcuts are a good idea, sometimes shortcuts are a bad idea. Part of growing up, getting mature, is learning the difference. When do you do it the hard way and when do you do it the easy way? Especially when you get older, you run out of energy. Notice there's a way down there to the right. There's a way down here in the middle. I am going to go down there later, but I'm going to keep going left to go clockwise. Notice there's a way down here too. Those all three connect in a lower level. I am going down there, unless I get tired and give up. But for now, I'm going to go left, stay in this main upper tube. There you go. It's a nice shortcut for you. But if I remember right, the far right side is the easiest. I think I came up that way. Sometimes it's easier to go up than down. Sometimes it's easier to go down than up. Either way, you want to be able to see what you're doing. If you can't see what you're doing, that's what really makes it tricky. Interesting wall here. Oh, this part. I want to show you. This is really cool. It's really fragile, so if you find this cave, please don't touch it. But look at this. Look how the rock here is like paper smooth. I mean, paper thin too, both. It's like paper made out of rock. It's like a whole pile of paper. Very thin. It's like 1 millimeter thin. Very, very fragile. So even though it's solid rock, please don't touch it. Oops. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, nice. All right, let's keep on moving along. See if I can find the best way through here. Guess I can go up and left. See how that works out. Like I said, I'm trying to stay low. Whoa. See a rock rolled away underneath me. But this main room is huge. Wow. So look at this. I'm standing at the top of a long slope. I do want to keep going down that way. I'll show you why in a minute. Long story short, I'm nowhere near the end of the cave. If I want to safely get to the end of the cave, relatively safely, I need to go all the way down to the bottom and back up. Notice there's kind of a trail zigzagging here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow this trail. The alternative, if I go up here on this ledge, I could technically get through, but if I fall off, it's going to hurt really, really bad. Excuse me. Oops. I'm trying to be careful, but there are a lot of loose rocks here. Hear that? One just rolled down. Okay, so look at this. There's the ledge. I could have been walking up there, but as you can see, I'd fall down at least 10 feet if I did. And there's loose rocks up there, loose gravel. So long story short, yeah, not cool. But this is the way back up. I get to climb up this slope here. Whee! All right. Oops, hit my head. That's what the helmet's for. That's funny. I was busy looking down so I don't slip and fall. So while I was busy looking at the floor, I forgot about the ceiling. Whoops. Yeah, like right there, see? The ceiling suddenly sticks out. Wasn't prepared for that. Whoopsie. All right. You see how far down I am now. There's that ledge. There's the floor. So if I were to fall off that ledge, I'd probably fall 15 feet down. That might hurt. Notice there's a lower level down here, but I want to keep going left to go clockwise. So I'm going to go up and over. Stay in the main tube, or upper level. Okay. Notice there's a tube there. It's not a dead end, but it's too small for me. There's the ledge I could have walked on. Here's the way I climbed up. And here's a ledge that's a dead end. No point in going out there. Wow. Is this cave fun or what? Notice here, the cave's only about 20 feet wide. The floor is mostly not breakdown. The ceiling, uneven, maybe up to 10, 15 feet tall. Not super big. Cool. All right, let's get out of here, shall we? Or should I say get into here? I'm still on the way in. So check out, here's the main tube, right? There's that same side passage. See, I told you it wasn't a dead end. And then here's the way out, the only way out. Like I said, this cave is not for beginners because there's a lot of trip hazards, so on. Could be confusing to navigate because the way you keep going up and down and so on. When I was a kid, I used to like exploring mazes. So kind of a head start against other cavers. Oh. I stepped on a loose rock. You know, it's funny. See all these rocks down here? I think this is where I tripped last time I tripped too. This one room is jinxed. All right, anyway. See if there's anything interesting up here. No. Just some small rock formations. Nothing to see here. Move along. Oh, wait a minute. That's funny. There's one out here hiding behind a rock. Almost missed it. Nice. Notice how the wall is smooth, but the floor is rough. Very interesting. Oh, you know what? I almost missed a formation. Let me go backwards. Heaven forbid I'll miss one. Not the prettiest formation, but it is real. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video. Start again, hang on.